Alright, and so here we are, a couple hours later. I had a little bit of trouble getting started, but we found a space station fairly close. This is our home planet here, so just a couple sectors away. We found a nice little trade station, and we have sold off our first stack of computers and made quite a few credits, made about 500,000 credits, which is more than enough for a space station. And I also spawned in the eclipse. Now remember, this is just a very, very basic starter, so it's all gray hull. These are salvage and cannons linked together. You can see I've left some room to add on to it. It's actually got I can go into lighten mode here in a second. It's got room in the top and bottom for some interior, just a little bit of interior. Now, I will go ahead and do lighten so that you guys can see. See, big empty room down here, and a big empty room up here. So the modifications that I've made to this so far are a couple of lights so that I can see, and this section here, which is a much larger jump drive. So when I spawn this ship in, it actually has one jump drive and one jump module. And then that's the only change, is that I've added some lights and the jump drive modules in the back. So it's a pretty basic shape, you know, nothing fancy. Got a couple of big engines on the back, so you can zoom around. No shields, but plenty of power capacitors and shield modules, so that I can start doing some harvesting, some pretty decent harvesting, and the harvesters work pretty well. It is a little bit slow on the turning. It's got better vertical turning because it's thin. So if I were to hook up my joystick, which I may do, it'll run a little bit better. And you can see the harvest beams, pretty healthy. So, you know, pretty good there. And let's go ahead and head back to our planet. If we do this right, there we go. And that's locked in, and the jump drive charge a little bit faster now. I think I threw in something like 100 or 200 jump drive modules ish. So go back to our home planet. You can see here we got pretty good speed. We get up to server max pretty quickly, and can then hold our own right there. And great thing about the server, again, I know I said it earlier, but it's wonderful having the Newtonian physics, because I don't have to mash my W key or weigh it down with a roll of quarters or wedge a piece of paper in there or anything to keep moving forward. I just keep moving forward, and I can in fact, you know, kind of turn around here and keep going in that direction without having to make any adjustments or, you know, throttle into anything. So we'll go ahead and slow down and jump. So here we are back at the planet. If I can come and see it, maybe. There it is. Alright. So here's our planet loading up. I've already chewed away a good portion of another planet making shield capacitors, and I haven't started making rechargers yet because I was using my materials to make some computers to get those first sales off, because I'm more worried about getting a home base at this point. I'll go ahead and show you the where we got to on the starter ship, and how terribly goofy it looks now. But just so you get an idea, for some newer players, about, you know, what you want to do early on. I know I didn't do any show-offs on the build, but in the beginning it's kind of slow. I don't really like trying to do builds when I don't have a whole lot to build with. So we'll slow down some so we can adjust. There you can see we're flying over our base. I'll show that off here in a second. There's the starter ship. Alright, so let me align to it some here. So you can see it's terribly fugly now. I feel bad because I ruined their nice pretty design. But basically, slap a whole crap load of harvesters to the front of it, extend your power out so you get a higher recharge per second in the X, Y, and Z axis. And then the green blobs are some capacitors that I added to make sure that I had enough power to fire all the salvagers at once. I probably ate maybe half a dozen asteroids between adding everything to this and getting all the materials that I needed for this. And additionally, we'll go ahead and check out the base. Most of the materials went into the base, and I spent some additional time doing some planet harvesting, so I'm actually really well set up on standard minerals and things. I don't know that I'll start making advanced armor yet, because I want to start roughing out some hulls, and I might do a little bit of speed building to show that off. But here you can see I've got, you know, just a good chunk of power, some factory enhancers, and power capacitors. I got a tiny little spot down here. Let's see if we can land without too much trouble. This thing's a bit of a beast. It's a little big. There we go. I may not be able to get back out, but I can always jump if I need to. Flatten out. And there we go. Hop out of there. Alright. So, we've got our faction module now. Boop. And, in fact, is this... You know, just for now, I am actually going to make this faction home. We have enough for a space station, and I was going to plop it down tonight, but I don't have a location selected for it yet, so I don't know where I'm going to do that. I am going to deposit my credits, and hop into the build block here, and I'm actually... Yeah, just to make sure that I have enough room, I'm going to put my rail right here. And rails are the new system of docking. So I'm just going to put a rail there. Let's see if my factory is still... It should still be on crafting lights. Yep. So we'll craft 4 of these real quick. Actually... I'm going to need more than that later, so I'm just going to take the whole group there and activate that. Might as well, right? There we go. Now we have 800 of them. And that's the beauty of factory enhancers. They take a ridiculous amount of power, but they're more than worth it. So, just throw some lights on here. Like that, just to light it up so we can see it. You know what, we're actually going to do, like, maybe 3. There we go. We have extras, so I'm not concerned about spending them at this point. There we go. Alright. So, we're also going to add this rail docker to the ship, and let's see if I can make the tightrope walk into the core room here. Here we go, and there. So this core isn't positioned for a fighter. If anything else, it's made to run away. So it's got more, you know, structure in the back with the core in the front, so it'll be running away from things. And that's if somebody starts blasting away at me, they've got to chew through, you know, more material before they get to my core. Now, if we can get out of here, maybe. Oh, crap. Yep, we are now nice and stuck. What are we stuck on? Okay, so we're stuck here. If we can pull back just a little and head off to the side. Come on. Nope. Yep, nope, we're really stuck. Alright, so it looks like we are going to have to just jump. There we go. Get out. Set our waypoint back to the planet. And then we'll just jump straight back and jump into dock. So, unfortunately, the back profile of this thing is really square. I haven't spent a lot of time. Again, this is just kind of a temporary shell for it. I haven't spent a lot of time, you know, smoothing anything out. There's no wedges. And in fact, a lot of the details for like the engine cowlings and the front, I would like to work on. But it's a decent start. If anything else, again, it's a minor. It gets me going and gets me where I need to be. And I'm not really concerned about saving the starter ship. I don't think anybody's going to try to come eat me, but if they do, at least I'll have, you know, my main ship docked. So I'm not very concerned about docking the starter ship there. So I should double check that it's home-based. Ooh. It's not. So I did not make that my faction home. So I need to make sure I do that. I probably will harvest this planet at a later date. And I don't have anything sticking out of the bottom. So I can go ahead and flush this guy in here. So out there seems good. And we'll park her forwards. So let's add the rail docker. Right there. And test the beam. Okay, so it's a little bit low. That's alright. Should, there we go, be able to hit. Alright, and we are now docked. Huh, that's actually kind of nice, because now we have like a little platform running almost all the way up. So we may still have to add, let's go ahead and add some, maybe some little steps coming out. Sure, why not? Actually, we'll probably do it from here so that we don't break into the ship too horribly. Alright, so that should be enough to jump on right there, just for now. Again, little temporary things. I want to be able to make it up. And we might have to build block some stuff over there. It's no big deal. So, let's see. Make faction home. Alright, now we have home base. Okay. And I don't think I can get up there. So, oh, come on. There we go. I'll just drive all this down like that. Okay, now we have something to get up on. Walk up the little walkway. Let's test it. Make sure. Gotta test everything. And then we'll triple check and make sure that we cannot harvest the planet so that it's 100% certain that it is a faction home. Alright. This is actually totally unintended and a beautiful unintended consequence. I'm really happy with that. Oop, already running into it there. Let's over. Hello? Alright, check that out. Aw, no! I missed. Okay, well, we're just gonna do the cheaty way then. It's not really cheating, but we're gonna go face down, and a power block, and a thruster block. Okay, well, so much for RP. Problem is the thruster stick is really kind of difficult to handle on a planet, because you have to fight the gravity. But at least it, earlier when I was docking it, this thing would wiggle and wobble all sorts of around, so we don't have that going anymore. Chop in here, undock the ship. Alright, and we are mobile. Test. Why are we able to harvest? That's kind of concerning. I didn't think you were able to harvest off of your own home base. In fact, I'm almost positive you can't unless that's changed. because like just a couple of days ago I had a home base and I was trying to harvest stuff out from under it and it said I couldn't because it was a home base. So I'm a little bit worried. Thank you for no fall damage. I appreciate no fall damage. Yet, anyway. Alright, we own the galaxy. Entity planet. Z Prime. Just gonna rename that there for Zorp Corp. I've got some ideas about expanding. I had some ideas about what Zorp Corp was originally, but that came from, you know, kind of the last time that I did RP with some of my builds and ideas. And I'm actually thinking about kind of changing and expanding on it and making it a little bit more fun, somewhat all-encompassing, allowing me to do, you know, just about any kind of build that I would want to do, but at the same time be able to have some good RP opportunities. And we are going to check news. Faction home set to planet. Okay. Me. My own. Has the home base set. Okay. So, I did it again. Son of a gun. Well. You know what? I don't really feel like running up there right now. I guess we'll just hope that, so this has been factioned, and I am going to check on that real quick, because I want to make sure that my ship is also factioned. Because if it's not, that's the most dangerous thing. More than getting it blown up, I'm worried about somebody stealing it, so not terribly worried, but I'm also pretty close to the, spawn system and spawn shop. I'm only a couple of jumps out, and those couple of jumps could mean that any new troll that decides to come along could just totally take all my stuff. So yeah, we can definitely still harvest here. Okay. And let's double check. Faction. Faction signature. Okay. And we're done. So, that's going to be all for now. Tomorrow, we'll hopefully start work on a little satellite station. I don't think I want to do much, but I do want to break apart my factory enhancers for each of my factories so I don't have to re-slave them every time. And maybe we'll start messing around with rails. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where I want to take this series. It's just kind of, you know, enjoying the server. I've been meeting some of the new people that are on. Once again, this is the Shattered Skies server, home of a few of the community's favorite master builders, and also home of the Starside community YouTube group. So big props to them in hosting this server and giving us a great place to play and making it free. And there's no advertisements, there's no you know, the server's not constantly in your face, and there's no vote rewards or, you know, anything like that. It's actually just all community driven, which at first, you know, I was a little bit taken aback by, but it seems to really drive home the idea of community. Because, I mean, you're not being goaded to vote in for something that you wouldn't vote for. So if you vote for the Shattered Sky server, then you're voting for it because you just like it. You're not doing it because you're getting a credit bonus or a block boost or, you know, anything like that. If you're donating to the server, and I'm not even sure they have donations fully set up yet. It's something that they were kind of talking about maybe doing, but they said if they did it, you know, they wouldn't really be doing a whole lot of, you know, very serious rewards or anything like that. because it's community driven. You do it because you want to support it, not because you're, you know, getting anything crazy or special for it. So for right now, not a whole lot going on, like I said, except the Eclipse there, which is kind of a nice little ship. I do plan on getting it some shields. Said we've got 8 rechargers because I forgot that I was running out of Surtees, I think, or no, sorry, Sapson. And but we do have 18,000 capacitors, which is not bad, almost 19,000. So that's a pretty good little chunk of capacitors to start off with. And it's gonna, we'll probably, I think we might do just a super basic satellite station. I won't even, you know, mess around with too much on it yet. And then probably get some shields on that bad boy, just in case we do run into pirates while we're out mining. Give us an opportunity to run away. So for now, this is Quantum Anomalies signing off, and thank you for watching.